So best friends got each other's back. We used to cruise around with a bass to the max. Everyone in school while I was in the lab, cooking up some beats that would turn into tracks. High school chillin', I was on a mission. I had bigger dreams of being a musician. Teachers always talked, but I couldn't seem to listen. I lived in a fantasy land, they called it fiction. But I was gonna be big one day, playing shows on the road to a sold out stage. Nobody really cared or believed I would make it anywhere close, I would fail and fade. But that's cool, I love that, cause any little doubt gives me energy back. And now, I'm in a place where I'm glad I never gave up on the dreams I had. And big dreams lead to big things, and big swings lead to big rings. Championships or the big screen, anyone who did anything took a big swing. And big dreams lead to big things, and big swings lead to big rings. Championships or the big screen, anyone who did anything took a big swing. Yeah, let's go. So if you want something big, you gotta swing fast, swing hard and commit. You might miss 10 times, but when you hit, just make sure that you get all of it, okay? People at the top took risks, investing and testing is all.
I'm afraid of the calendar because its days are numbered. Why do the farmers take an extra pair of socks with them when they go golfing? In case they get a hole in one. What do you call 26 letters of the alphabet that went for a swim? An alphabetical. What's the most detailed, orientated ocean? The Pacific. Why do bees have sticky hair? Because they use a honeycomb.
It's time for the moment you've been waiting for. Da 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 da
Now return to Logan Paul Vlogs on YouTube. Plate smash. Plate smash. Plate smash. Buy my merch.
What kind of idiot does this stuff? His brother Jake is almost as bad. Which one of them do you think's the evil twin brother? I mean, it'd be kind of cool to have an evil twin brother, don't you think?
But you have an evil twin brother, Harry.
Who, Eddie? Ha! He's not evil, he's just dumb.
Hey, I'm not dumb. I'm just special.
No, not Eddie. You have an evil brother somewhere else in this world. I don't know where. We abandoned him a long time ago.
Lies. If I had another evil brother, I would know about it. Whoa, what the heck was that?
Hey, I'm Kitt Adams,
And I'm old mate Nate.
and you're listening to The Late Show on IPL Radio.
Last week, or was it? No, last show.
That was a while ago.
That was a while ago. We did this review. I showed you a theme from my mate Tara and Lister.
Right, yes.
And I was to recap, for those that are just joining us now, essentially I had this animated show. I did this pilot, created this basic theme. It was only real simple so that, you know, that it's easy to remember, draws you in, sort of like memorable, like The Simpsons or Spongebob. You know, some of those catchy theme songs that once it's in your head, it's like an earworm stuck in your head and you know that it's the show.
Get you subliminally.
And remember, I'm not an audio engineer, so I'm not going to talk myself down for what I created. It was really cool.
Yeah.
But I eventually did some specials on the animated series. I think I did 3 total. One I'd created the theme for, the original. And then the second and third, I passed off, outsourced the work to my audio guy who created, I titled him as the theme song creator.
Guy. You sound so fancy, mate.
I
just
am.
making moves and stuff. Yeah, I've got an audio
Got
guy.
an audio guy, a cleaner, I've got all sorts.
A helicopter guy.
Yeah, that too.
Yeah. Sorry, carry on.
So, yeah, I outsourced the work to him and, he came back with some amazing tracks. You've already heard number 2, but I'm going to take you all the way back several months before. When I created...
This is where you get to do that wavy...
But yeah, so flashback several months before that, maybe a year or two.
Sequence.
And you hear my original track, followed by, not the second because you've already heard that, but the third track. Hear what Tyrone did with this track and then tell me what you think.
Okay.
Are you ready?
Do it.
All right, so the first one will be mine, the second one will be Tyrone's, and then we'll be back.
Okay.
NF7 Studios presents.
So, obviously, you heard the first one, then you heard the third one. So, tell me, what did you think?
It's alright, it's interesting. A little bit dubsteppy, electronic. And this was the intro for your song. For your show.
The animated series, yeah. Lost the plot.
Right. I sort of want to see more of the show now and see the context of it, because that was like Skrillex was playing the intro basically. So I'd like to see what
I would
the
say
show
was
about.
an influence in his musical style. I'd say, yeah. A few other people as well. So yeah, that was basically just his remix and his second take on it.
So what are you doing with it now?
Well, honestly, I'm just putting the feels out there and seeing what
Just
bites.
pitching
See if I can have enough interest to bring it back. I was sort of tossing the idea around last year.
Are you putting bits
And
out on YouTube and stuff like
Little
that?
bits,
to see
yeah.
if they
Talking about it as much as I can, seeing what people think, and yeah, we'll see what comes of that. But I honestly like that, and I've even sent it out. Like I've talked to symphony orchestras and stuff, like seeing if they'll play it. I mean, imagine that live and in front
Yeah.
of people. That would be
I
a
think
dream
a
come
minute
true.
24 might be a little bit too long for an intro to a show.
Oh, look, that original concept I had was to cut the show. That's why mine was so short.
Yeah.
And the second one was just like basically put together a entire song,
Yeah.
right? And I always just cut it up when I use the third one. When I'm cutting up and talking about the show or creating it for a sequence, I always just cut to the best parts.
And do you still have any of the original animations?
Oh yeah, they're on YouTube. They might. I think
No,
most
but I
of them
mean, like, you know how
storyboards.
Bart and Lisa brought like an arm of Scratchy?
Oh yeah. Mine was
Cells?
made digital, so there's digital cells. I guess you could call them, and
Ah.
I could probably sell them as what are those things that were going big last year?
NFTs?
NFTs. I could probably sell some as NFTs because they're digital.
Yeah.
Cell animation is not very common anymore because of the amount of time it takes to animate it and the cost. When it's so much easier just to motion tween a simple animation and let Flash do the work and you save money, right? And it gets done quicker.
Right. That's interesting. Things you learn, eh?
Hmm.
Maybe I should bang out some animations.
Gotta create a
joke.
catchy theme song first, and I have just the guy.
Yeah, nice. And is it hard to get the software to do it?
Yes and no. I just used stock standard software for my animated series. I used the audio stuff that was already on there.
Yeah.
But my guy Tyrone, he spent thousands of dollars on a setup with all these different like declippers, and which means when you're clipping and it gets distorted, he can do the best that he can to undistort it and all that sort of thing. Microphones, roadcast type equipment, all these different audio equalizers. Just spends all this money on, plus softwares you just download, and it might have a subscription.
And who do you pitch this sort of thing to? Are you hitting up like Nickelodeon or?
I've spoken to a few networks in the past. At the time, they weren't looking, like Foxtel. I've spoken to some contacts there.
Yeah.
I know ABC was looking for a show, and then a few months later, I hear of the word Bluey for
Oh,
the first time.
Yeah,
Speaking of which,
dominated.
Bluey-
Took over the world.
Bluey is getting a video game.
I'm surprised there's not one already. There's already Bluey everything.
Oh, absolutely. So this is the first. I'm excited for this one.
Yeah, right. I don't understand what you'll be doing in the video. I suppose what was the Simpsons video game about? So, yeah, that's interesting.
Mail time!
Yep, come on.
Eh? What the heck was that? Anyway, anything for me?
There's just one letter for you, Harry.
Yeah, sweet. I want a trip to Paris. And I can bring a friend too. But since I don't have a friend, I guess I'll just take Eddie.
Harry, I forbid you to go to Paris.
Why, Dad? I'm an adult. You can't stop me. See, Dad? We're in Paris now. Told you couldn't stop me.
Hello there. Would you like me to take you to your hotel room?
Ha! Now that's what I call service. This is the life, Dad. You wouldn't even be able to begin to understand how amazing this is. I can see Eddie's room right across the hall. I can see the Eiffel Tower. It's amazing. Wait a minute. Oh no, Dad, there's someone with Eddie. Oh no, they're taking him. Oh no, they're gonna come for me next. Dad, what do I do? What do I do? What do I do?
Listen to me, Harry. Eddie is a big boy. He can look after himself. You can't. Now, I want you to make as much noise as you possibly can and hide under the bed. Make sure they can see you.
Oh shit, they got me. No, watch the head, pal. No.
Listen to me. I don't know who you are or what you want. I will never be able to find you. Probably won't even bother trying either. But what I can do is throw a party at my brand new house I just inherited. Yeah! You wanna come? This is awesome, isn't it? Just two guys having fun in my house. My house. Yeah!
We're back.
What? How's that even possible?
I have a particular set of skills.
How did Moses make his coffee? He brews it. Really? When I was a kid, my mother told me I could be anyone I wanted to be. Turns out, identity theft is a crime.
Boo!
Why don't skeletons go trick-or-treating? Because they have no body to go with.
Boo!
I spent a lot of time and money childproofing my house. But somehow, the children still get in. Did you hear about the restaurant on the moon? Great food, no atmosphere. You want to hear a joke about construction? I'm still working on it. Why did the Scarecrow win an award? Because he was outstanding in his field.
Stop it. Get some help.
Why did the stadium get so hot after the game? Because all the fans left. What do you call a sad cup of coffee? A depresso.
Oh, you stink!
I slept like a log last night. I woke up in the fireplace. What is the best time to go to the dentist? At 2:30. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe and support me. You're on Up Late with Evan and Nate.
Here on IPL Radio.
Quality content.
Top tier.
Speaking of live action remakes, did you get a chance to see the new Fairly Odd Parents reboot?
I did not know that that was a thing.
They did. They rebooted the Fairly Odd Parents, except without the main character. They rebooted the entire series. So
That makes no sense.
it's live action
Oh, no.
mixed with animation, and it's only got Cosmo and Wanda returning. You
Yeah.
follow, I think it's Timmy's dad, who still has no name.
Oh, yeah, okay.
You follow his brother and his new wife. They pulled a Drake and Josh, where
Oh,
the
yeah.
dad marries the mum, and then suddenly the main character has a step sibling,
Yeah.
and they both get the fairies. Like, the initial thing is it's Timmy's cousin who's upset that her life is not as great as it could be or something,
Okay.
as opposed to Timmy, who suffered, if you believe in the conspiracy, suffered like full depression and stuff.
Yeah.
And
There's a lot of conspiracies for that.
yeah, shout out Channel Frederator. Go check them out. But they say that in this one that his cousin Vivian
Yeah.
is like not as happy or something. She's not wanting to move to Dimsdale, and then Timmy gets a one-off deal with Jordan, that
Yeah.
big Arnold Schwarzenegger like fairy,
Yeah.
to gift his fairies because he's going to college.
Yeah.
And he gifts them to Vivian, and as he gives them to Vivian and she gets the reveal, her little brother also sees, and he also ends up, as a result, getting the fairies as well. So they both share them in a live action format with animation. Like, the fairies are just animated in. That's the only animated part of it.
So
But
weird.
I honestly gotta give acting props to these guys. There's been a lot of criticism, obviously, because
Yeah.
people don't like change.
Oh, of course. Hashtag no change.
But these actors are so good. And when Mr. Crocker makes a return, and I don't want to spoil it too much, so I'm not gonna give the story away, but I will say he returns.
Yeah.
and he's portrayed by the guy who does his voice. Carlos, the voice actor, comes in, like dyed hair and everything, and he does this full theoretical, is that the word I'm looking for?
Right,
performance where him and the new, he only comes in, he's a retired teacher or something.
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
He's in
yeah.
a mental ward.
Yeah.
That's not spoilers. That's just
part of
obviously
it.
where that character was going to
Yeah.
go one day. And the new teacher that gives him hell, like all the kids' hell's name is Vicky. You know, Icky Vicky. She became a teacher, and she's obsessed with Mr. Crocker. And they both can relate on the one kid who made their life a living hell, having some weird anomalies happening around him, hence the fairies.
Yeah,
and then she also becomes obsessed and tries to track him down. That's cool.
The real question about all of this. Is there Doug Dimmadome, owner of the Dimsdale Dimmadome?
No. There's a new mayor. There's a new mayor, and I'm not too sure how I feel about this.
I just wanted to see a real live giant hat.
That would be so cool. I really hope Paramount Plus, please make a season 2 and just bring this guy in with like an eternal hat. I want to see this in live action. I don't know how you're going to do it, but do it. The new mayor is a baby. He's strapped. It's like a doll strapped to some actor's chest, and he speaks on behalf of the baby, the Lord Mayor Baby or something speaking. And he goes. He looks down at his chest, pretends he's listening. Goes, the baby says this.
That's so
the mayor
weird.
says this. It has a funny premise. Like you have to,
of course. I mean,
you have to be into it. I mean,
yeah, that's the humor of the show.
And it actually has the original showrunner, Butch Hartman. He's in it. He's involved in it. His name's in it. So
no. Let's get some tunes happen. Play some Murlocs. Here on IPL.
Sounds good. You're on Up Late with Evan and Nate.
Here on IPL Radio.
Quality content.
Top tier.
So best friends got each other's back. We used to cruise around with a bass to the max. Everyone in school while I was in the lab, cooking up some beats that would turn into tracks. High school chillin', I was on a mission. I had bigger dreams of being a musician. Teachers always talked, but I couldn't seem to listen. I lived in a fantasy land, they called it fiction. But I was gonna be big one day, playing shows on the road to a sold out stage. Nobody really cared or believed I would make it anywhere close, I would fail and fade. But that's cool, I love that, cause any little doubt gives me energy back. And now, I'm in a place where I'm glad I never gave up on the dreams I had. And big dreams lead to big things, and big swings lead to big rings. Championships or the big screen, anyone who did anything took a big swing. And big dreams lead to big things, and big swings lead to big rings. Championships or the big screen, anyone who did anything took a big swing. Yeah, let's go. So if you want something big, you gotta swing fast, swing hard and commit. You might miss 10 times, but when you hit, just make sure that you get all of it, okay? People at the top took risks, investing and testing is all.
Oh no. Oh no. I'm late. I'm late. I'm late. I'm late. Gonna be late. Gonna be late. Gonna be late. Oh shit, I left the keys in the house.
Killing spree.
Yes! I did it. You suck, man. You suck. What the hell was that? Shut up. You don't even know what you're talking about. Bloody hell. Whatever. I'm gonna go answer the door, alright? Hello? What do you want? We're gonna be late. For the mashup. The mashup? Wait, we're still doing that? Yes, yes, we are still doing that. Alright. I better go speak to the other Nathan. How many Nathans are there? Oh, about 4 or 5. Well, hold on. Alright, but hurry up! Dude, what the hell? That's payback for the bad gaming skills. Anyway, do you know what time it is? Time for what? It's time for the mashup. What mashup? You know, the NF7 Toon review mashup. The one we're going to review all of our fans' cartoons. Yeah, that one. We're still doing that? Well, let's get to it. You better leave it to me then. Guys, it's me. Well, one of me. The rest of me is still in the Illuminati clone lab waiting to be made. Anyways, do you know what today is? Today is none other than the NF7 Toon review number 2. Hell yeah, it's about time it happened, eh? I know I've been saying it for over a year, it's gonna come, and now it's finally here. Well anyway, today is the day and you guys are going to be enjoying your very own cartoons on my channel. Yeah! So, if you're wondering who I am, I'm Nathan Fisher NF7. Like I said, well, one of them, and I created a small series called Lost the Plot.
Gay!
Okay then. Well anyways, my series was created just as a small thing and I actually did my very own review of it as the very first NF7 Toon review. If you haven't already seen that, click the little thing above there and you should be able to see it. It's a little card. I don't know, I can't see where it is, but you guys can, so click on it. So that was my very first NF7 Toon review. I reviewed my own cartoons just to get the idea of how to review cartoons. And now, I'm reviewing your cartoons. So when I first came out and said that I want to review your cartoons, I was overwhelmed with so many emails. I didn't expect so many people to be sending me emails and I didn't know whose content I was going to review. Then I ran into different sorts of issues, like I started to think, well, it's all well and good to say that I'm going to be reviewing your cartoons, but what if I don't review them correctly? What if I say something that makes you upset? I don't want that. So I decided it was just best for me to choose my favourites. Now, not saying if I didn't choose yours it wasn't my favourite, I just only have a limited amount of time to be making these videos. So I hope you guys understand, and if your cartoon has not been picked this time, please send me another email, hassle me in the comment section below, and I will be surely reviewing your cartoon soon. Anyways, I think I've been talking enough. I think it's time to finally review your cartoons. Who's ready? Count down with me. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, let's play! Alright, let's do this. Alright, the very first person I am reviewing today is one of my top fans. I've talked to him quite a bit on the Frederator forum. He watches all my videos as far as I know, and he actually did a little bit of a crossover with my series Lost the Plot. So naturally, the video I chose to review of his is going to be the Lost the Plot Weep House crossover. Now, Weep House is his cartoon, Lost the Plot is my cartoon. I'm a little bit biased, so I chose to review that particular episode because it's one of my favourites. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoy it just as much as I do. This is S.A. Nathan Wee Pow's cartoon show crossover with Lost the Plot. Alright, that's awesome, man. I'm sure you had a lot of fun making that. I know I had a lot of fun helping you make it. If there's any criticism I can give to your intro, it is the time. Now, obviously you have a great understanding of how important a theme song is to a show, how it sets the tone for the show, how it's a familiarity. Every episode you know what show's on if you hear the good and familiar theme song. I like your theme song. I think it's pretty cool. I love the tune. It brings me back way back to the days where I really enjoyed those types of video games and that sort of atmosphere that we were in back as children. The only thing I have to say is we are now in a scrolling culture. Most of our viewers are kids that are just getting off of Instagram and checking YouTube. And if they stumble across your video, their attention span is about 4 to 5 seconds and you can't really be doing much with that. You need to draw people in with a familiar theme song. Yes, it's really important. Even back in the 2000s, I think, there was an argument on whether mainstream television stations like Nickelodeon or Fox itself and Comedy Central, all of them wanted to take away theme songs, thinking that they're not important, they just waste time. They could put, probably ads in between that. But people like Butch Hartman, Seth MacFarlane and the other icons of television nowadays, they sort of argued, no, we need to keep the theme songs because if someone hears that on the other side of the room, like a kid hears that on the other side of the house, and then the theme song comes on the TV, they want them to run and go, that's my show, I want to watch it. And nowadays we're kind of in an on-demand streaming service. Like I said, people's attention spans have gone right down from where they used to be back in the 90s and early 2000s. Nowadays people just scroll. Now I still believe that theme songs are very important and I hope that more people do keep them because it really establishes the premise of your show. It makes it feel like you. It makes the show feel like the show, and I completely get where you're coming from. Maybe in the future, you make the theme song just a little bit shorter just because you want to cater to new fans that potentially stumble across your video that have just gotten off Instagram and their attention spans are really small. You want to cater to them because if you don't, they're just going to go through and it's taking too long, I'm on to the next thing. Probably something stupid like funniest fails. We want them to stay on our channel, so we've got to keep a catchy theme song, but at the same time make it quick enough that we draw their attention in and hold them to it. Now, not many people know this. When I created the Lost the Plot theme song for my series, I've actually had 3 different theme songs for it, but they've all had the same tune. And if you don't know that, check it out. I'll give you guys a quick taste.
NF7 Studios presents.
So the first one I did myself. The second one I got my theme song artist and music producer friend Tyrone Lister.
What?
To change it up for the Nathan's Mashup number 2. Then I came across Nathan's Mashup number 3 for Lost the Plot and I was like, I want it to be more cinematic. So I went all out and I asked him to redo it one more time and that's been the theme song ever since. So yeah, that's just my 2 cents on theme songs. I hope you guys can understand what I'm saying. Anyway, enough from me. Let's get back into the Wee Pow's cartoon show.
Hey, what was that? Sounded like a warp whistle.
have been that strange whistle I found while I was cleaning the attic.
Wait, we have an attic?
Yeah, I didn't tell you we had one because you steal my stuff.
Well, anyway, where the heck is here?
You're in Epic Graphic Land.
And that is... where exactly?
The world between all those gaming worlds. From Mario, to Sonic, to Zelda, and more.
And what do you do here?
Play games, still hangs 3DS, we also give people these.
Huh, wait. What is... that?
Behold the majesty of the crown of the King of Noobs.
He brought us here. It was him.
Huh?
Well, I like it. It fits you well.
Welcome to the Wee Pals cartoon show.
You guys have another one of those, whistle thingies?
Nope. Gonna have to be the castle in World 4. Or did Wario take that one? I think Robotnik has it in the Death Egg.
Wait! Death Egg?
Alright. Awesome. So I hope you guys enjoyed that. That was S.A. Nathan, Wee Pals cartoon crossover with Lost the Plot. Now, if you want to check out the full video without me interrupting, the links will be down below. So don't forget to check out S.A. Nathan's channel and give him a bit of support, eh? Give him a subscribe, give him a like, especially that video with the Lost the Plot crossover. S.A. Nathan, I liked your video. I'm quite interested in finding out more about what software you use. I quite like the look of your cartoon. It reminds me a bit of... what's that show called? I can't remember what it's called now, off the top of my head. You put a lot of effort and time and energy into your cartoons. And by the looks of it, you're using some software like MS Paint or early Flash, Adobe Flash, which is now Animate. If that's the case, man, I respect all the time and effort you guys put into your cartoons, especially people that animate like that. It's really difficult and it is really quite interesting to see the end product because it feels so much more accomplishing to do it that way. Anyways, the next video I have for you guys is none other than John's Chronicles by Sam Animate, another one of my fans that had a few shout outs. Let's enjoy his series, shall we?
I heard that one of the legendary weapons is somewhere near here, in a cave called Cairo.
A legendary weapon just got found!
Let's go!
Ugh, that thing looks and sounds like my ex-girlfriend.
Could I have your legendary weapon? Ah! Oh, could that be the legendary sword? With this legendary sword, I can be of service to you.
Is that really the legendary sword? You there! What's your name?
John.
John. I think you'll be able to help. You can go and fight with my best guard. I'll take care of your friend while you fight.
You'll need this more than me.
Get that sword.
Follow me.
So, where am I staying?
Oh, we have a nice room for you. In prison.
Oh man, good one. Oh.
Wow, not bad. Hey, can I see that legendary sword of yours? Why? It's just a stick. Just give it to me. No, good luck finding your friend. Where is he?
Who? Okay, he's in Alcan prison.
Haha! No one messes with my legendary sword. Ha! Ha! Ha!
I don't even know what I'm doing. Yes, that was quite an interesting video there, man. I quite enjoyed it. I like the premise of the video, and I'm actually quite keen on seeing the rest of the series, so I'm going to have to binge watch it soon enough. Anyways, guys, if you want to check out the link for Sam Animates John's Chronicles, the link, as always, is down below, so I hope you guys enjoy it. Now, my thoughts on this series. One, it's interesting. I like the idea of it. Two, I want to know how you do your voices. Do you do them all yourself, or do you get other people to voice them? I'm guessing you're using Flash or Animate, which is the same program, just one's updated. So just comment down below, bro, what version of what program you're using. Story-wise, I think that the show is great. I'm just thinking that you could maybe fill the background with a few more things. Now, Channel Photorator has an amazing list of support programs and websites that you can go through to help you find good backgrounds. I use them quite often. They're just helpful if you can't afford to hire a background animator. I'm not saying your backgrounds are bad, because they are pretty good. I like them, especially for an animated program. I just think that detail sometimes draws the eye in. You like to stick to the principles of photography, like leading lines, that you want everything in the background to complement the character. You want everything in the background to draw you into the character. Although I did like the fact that your characters always stood out from the background. You used good coloring and good textures. That I really, really enjoyed about your cartoon, bro. I like it. Next up, we have Picablue, another one of my fans that I quite enjoy their cartoons and animations. Now, I had to go through the list and just look for an animation that really stood out to me. And it was the most simple one I think I could find on it. And that is, of course, one simply called Plane. How cool is that? Just check it out, guys, and I'll see you on the other side.
5 minutes later.
Oh, I love that one. That's an awesome animation, man. It's the shortest one I think I've reviewed, but it's one of the funniest. I quite enjoy it, man. Again, I'm thinking you use a software that I'm not quite sure. I can't tell by just looking at it, but it seems really interesting. I love the premise of this video. The fact that the guy's not playing and he instantly runs out of battery until he finds an amazing food buffet that he can spend the rest of his time. It's really cool, man. I love it. And honestly, I can't wait to see more. I reckon you should keep making more of these because they're really cool, man. Anyways, guys, this video is going to be so long if I don't wrap it up anytime soon. So I hope you guys enjoy it. I'm going to be making another one, hopefully by next year. But that's up to you guys if you would like to see more. Also, if you didn't get your cartoons reviewed this time, feel free to send me another email, nf7studios@gmail.com, for a shout out or a review. And all you have to do to get a shout out is become an active subscriber, click the bell so you never miss out on an upload and get all of my notifications then, and leave a comment on my channel why you love my channel or why you love my content, and I'll give you guys a shout out. Now I'd like to quickly give these guys a shout out for subscribing to my channel. Thank you for becoming a part of the NathanNation. I respect you all, I love you all, and I'll see you in the next video. But quickly, let's review all of the videos. Now, let's go back to the Wee Pals crossover with Lost the Plot. Man, S.A. Nathan, I love your content, man. I love the way you put your videos together. I would honestly give them at least a 3.5 out of 5, man. Awesome work. Keep it up. I'm a happy subscriber and I'll be checking out more of your videos in the future. John's Chronicles by Sam Animate. I love it, man. I give it a 4 out of 5. You're awesome at animating. Keep it up. And of course, Playing, I give that a 4 out of 5 too, just because, well, it made me laugh. And it's not easy to make me laugh. Believe me.
5 minutes later.
Anyways, guys, don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to leave a like and a comment if you enjoyed this video. If you want a shout out, give me an email, comment down below, whatever. Get in contact with me. Just don't forget to like my Facebook page. And I will see you guys about a year and a half for the next NF7 Toon review. Oh yeah. I'll see you guys in the next video.
Ha! Gay!
What the hell?
I think this car's going to sound horrible in the film.
It's time for the moment you've been waiting for. Da 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 da
We now return to Logan Paul Vlogs on YouTube. Plate smash. Plate smash. Plate smash. Buy my merch.
What kind of idiot does this stuff? His brother Jake is almost as bad. Which one of them do you think's the evil twin brother? I mean, it'd be kind of cool to have an evil twin brother, don't you think?
But you have an evil twin brother, Harry.
Who, Eddie? Ha! He's not evil, he's just dumb.
Hey, I'm not dumb. I'm just special.
No, not Eddie. You have an evil brother somewhere else in this world. I don't know where. We abandoned him a long time ago.
Lies. If I had another evil brother, I would know about it. Whoa, what the heck was that?
Your voice, your community station. You are listening to IPL Radio.
You're on Up Late with Evan and Nate.
Here on IPL Radio.
Quality content.
Top tier. You watch a Disney movie now, and there's so many adult jokes in there that you would not realize as a kid.
But that's the same thing, yeah. Even when we were kids, they were still there.
Yeah,
they just weren't noticed as much.
Yeah,
they put them in there, and it's always been that way with animation. They animators are usually adults. I don't think there's many kids working in animation. Just saying, but usually it's adults, so they know that. They make it for children as a target demographic, but they know that adults will watch. So they like to put in the occasional sneaky joke that's not bad. I mean, I'm sure there have been cases that have had to be
some of them
looked at in the past, but in generally speaking, they put up all of these jokes knowing that adults will get them and sort of go, huh, I get that. You know? We're not going to tell the kids that, but I get that.
Like one of my favorite ones I remember, and I didn't really know this was actually in. Well, I knew that it was in Hercules, but I didn't get it until literally like a year or so ago. I forget the scene exactly, but there was a few kids that was like somebody called XIII.
Yes.
911.
Yeah.
I never got that, but it makes sense because it's Roman numerals. Like
XI, because X is 10, IX is 1 before 10, XI is 1 after 10, 9, 11.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy, man. Like, have you ever heard of that, the controversial A113 conspiracy?
I know a lot of conspiracies, but I don't know that one.
Oh, you're going to love this.
I think.
Don't watch any of my videos after this.
Okay.
But there's a whole conspiracy online. What does it mean? It's everywhere. A113. What is that conspiracy? What is it? And everyone's putting online all these very dark thoughts on what it could possibly mean. But honestly, when you look into it, and I don't know if you follow the channel Frederator Cartoon Hangover.
No, I haven't, but I should.
Facts.
Yeah.
I recommend watching that video because it explains it's nothing more than a animator's room.
Oh.
It's an animator's room in over in Cal Arts where a lot of the animators learn, and they all of them like with the adult jokes, they sneakily put it in so that other animators will recognize it.
Like, oh yeah,
that's all it is, people.
That's a cool little watermark. I like that.
You're on Up Late with Evan and Nate.
Here on IPL Radio.
Quality content.
Top tier.
Hey, I'm Kitt Adams.
And I'm old mate Nate.
And you're listening to The Late Show on IPL Radio. I've seen a little bit about that in your bio, that you actually had about 7 years service in the military and also some protection of some high-profile celebrities, such as Michael Jackson and Queen Elizabeth II in your time.
That is correct, yes. I did spend 7 years in the Australian Army.
Right.
Trained as a platoon commander. That was very kind of helpful towards my time on the hunt. As well as that, spent quite a bit of time working for various branches of government law enforcement, including WA Police, Department of Corrective Services, Department of the Attorney General, Department of Justice.
Right.
So that was, I guess, good to give me a bit of exposure to the peripherals of policing and investigation.
Yeah.
And yes, I did spend quite a few years working in private security and personal protection.
Right.
As well for those clients that you mentioned.
And what did that sort of entail? Were you one of the guys in the suits that are just like sort of following them around, checking over the shoulder and stuff like that, and making sure there's no threats?
Yeah, so it varies on an event to event basis.
Yeah.
So yes, there would be instances where we would wear suits.
Yeah.
And other instances where we'd wear other, I guess, more comfortable and practical
casual
clothing
clothes
as well.
to blend in and stuff like
Correct,
that.
yes.
Right, but it was sort of
both.
that very sort of close proximity sort of protection that sort of bodyguard style.
Yeah,
or?
so I was 2 meters away from Michael Jackson and within arm's reach of Queen Elizabeth II, yes.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah, in both circumstances.
And is there much of a process to sort of getting to that level of security detail?
Yes, there is.
Do you have to, do you get vetted by a lot of people? Is there many interviews involved to making sure that they want you protecting these high-profile assets?
I mean, both those individuals do have their own personal bodyguards that stay with them the whole time.
Yeah.
So we would work as, I guess, kind of attachés to their personal protection.
Right.
So they would have their own people that travel with them around the world.
Yeah.
And we have to respect the boundaries of their personal bodyguards, because we're not their personal bodyguards. So we're kind of more on the peripheral of that.
So is that like sort of when they would come to Australia for a tour or something?
Correct.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah. You'd sort of pick up and just give them a little bit of backup when they're here.
That's right. Yes.
Yeah, right.
I didn't go inside Buckingham Palace to protect the Queen.
Yeah.
It was when they were visiting Perth. So both instances was when Michael Jackson was here for a concert.
Yeah.
So we provided security from there, and also for Queen Elizabeth when she was attending the Commonwealth Heads of Government a conference or convention here in Perth, Western Australia.
Is that something that you could get back into, or is that more like once you've done that job, like if the King Charles was to come back into Australia, would you potentially get a call up to help in that, keep him safe?
Look, if the same companies that were contracted to do this, I guess, provision of security services last time were again contracted, then yes, they might reach out to me to step in.
You could almost see it like an old movie script where it's like they've got a high-profile asset and like, we're going to have to call Bayan out of retirement, you know?
Yeah, look, my security days are more or less over. I'm a family man now with a kid, so I don't do a lot of that anymore. But yeah, who's to say? You know, if those circumstances did kind of eventuate again, and I saw a high-profile asset that I thought would be cool to work with, I might pick up the phone and make a few phone calls and say, "Hey, I want to get onto that detail." And strings could be pulled to make it happen.
Did you get to see the Michael Jackson concert?
I certainly did. Yeah, I was at the edge of the stage. Yeah, absolutely.
That's and paid to be there.
Yeah,
I mean, a lot of people pay big money to be there. You were actually one of the people that was paid to be there watching it.
Yeah, you know, he had some big props on his stage. He had a life-size tank. He had a life-size airplane, like one of these small airplanes.
Oh wow!
Yeah, I went and I sat in his tank, and pushed the buttons and pulled the triggers and everything inside his tank on the stage, and climbed around in his aircraft and those kind of things. Yeah, absolutely.
That's some cool
I got to play with all the props. I actually had dinner with him in South Africa.
Oh, really?
Yeah. About a year or so later. Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, we partied together in South Africa. Yeah.
All right. What's it like to party with Michael Jackson?
It was a very interesting event, to be honest. It was actually quite coincidental. It wasn't planned at all. I was on holiday with my family in Johannesburg, and we decided that we would spend a weekend away at a resort called the Sun City Resort, which is about 2 hours north of Johannesburg. So we drove out there, and as we pulled in, we saw this fancy stretch limo parked in the valet parking out the front, and we didn't bat an eyelid. We thought, okay, some VIPs here.
Yeah.
So we went and we were, playing around in one of the pools. They had like some water slides and things, and walking through some of the areas of the hotel, saw this big rush of people kind of like all heading in a certain direction. And we thought, there's a bit of a ruckus happening over here. I wonder what's happening. So we kind of like wandered down to have a look-see and saw that, lo and behold, who's standing there but Michael Jackson.
Wow. Michael Jackson, unreal.
Yeah, so he was there with his bodyguards, and I sauntered over to one of them and tapped him on the shoulder, and I said, "Hey, I worked with the security detail for you guys when you came to Perth last year.
Right.
Would it be possible for me to get a little autograph for my nephew and make him happy?" And he wandered over to Michael and whispered in his ear real quick, and Michael had a bit of a look-see in our direction and gave a bit of a nod. And then from then we wandered over, got an autograph from him, and he said, "Would you like to join us?"
Unreal.
I said, "Yeah, absolutely. Why not?"
Wow.
So we spent the next 2 to 3 hours playing like arcade games and these kind of, the fun games you have at carnivals and like the Royal Show, where you throw
Carnival
basketballs,
games, Sideshow Alley sort of thing.
Sideshow Alley kind of games. We played those for like 3 hours.
Wow.
And I beat Michael in most of the games that we played together.
Really? Oh, wow, that's cool.
And
unreal, man.
After that finished, he said, "Hey, do you want to come join us for dinner?" I was like, "Absolutely, why not?" So sent the little cousin back to his parents.
Yeah.
Got changed into some nighttime attire and went and had dinner. They had booked out the whole restaurant and kicked everyone out.
Of course
had the whole entire restaurant just for one table.
Wow.
And had about 20 people seated there, and Michael was sitting diagonally opposite from myself, literally less than a meter away, and had dinner with him and chit-chatted for an hour or two.
Wow.
After that, he was like, hey, do you want to come and party with us at the hotel nightclub? I can put your name on the list. I'm like, hey, sure, why not? Let's do it. So went and put the party outfit on, and then came back and partied with Michael, and the stars of Bold and Beautiful were there as well.
Oh, really?
Thorn and Ridge, and I don't know, some people who I don't know who they are, but apparently they're
classic
stars
characters.
of Bold and Beautiful.
That thing's still running.
Swedish volleyball team was there too.
Oh, really?
Some other rappers and people that I didn't know who they were, but apparently they were rich, famous Americans.
What's the name of this hotel again? I've got to go there, eh?
Sun City Resort.
Sun City Resort. That, yeah. Wow.
It's a very fancy looking place.
There's some big names going there.
There are some big names there, yes.
Unreal. So you party with Michael in a nightclub and stuff. What does Michael drink? Or what, sorry, did he drink?
I think he just had soft drinks. I don't think he had anything. I don't recall him having anything more heavy than that. Yeah, I think he just had like water and juice and softies and that kind of stuff. So
unreal. And does he engage in conversation much?
He does. He does.
Yeah, right.
He was very, very soft spoken.
Yep.
Very, very soft spoken. And he almost had a very feminine voice. A very feminine voice.
I did hear online, you hear rumors and things. I did hear that he actually had a lot deeper voice, and that was more of a persona that he would portray to the world through interviews and shows.
Look, I mean, I spent close to, 12 hours with a guy. There's no way he could put on a voice for 12 hours straight.
Yeah. So, I mean, I imagine he has a range in his octaves because he's a professional singer for so long. But yeah, I mean, I've always seen him to speak with a very soft, almost feminine voice, And that's what even a lot of the parodies sort of mirror that when they do parodies of Michael Jackson.
Your community station. You are listening to IPL Radio.
You're on Up Late with Evan and Nate.
Here on IPL Radio.
Quality content.
Top tier. With the weekly update
with Evan and Nate.
Yeah, here on IPL Radio.
We got it right again. Yes,
we're getting it good now. Yeah,
brilliant.
So yeah, before the break, we were just finishing and recapping
on that new Velma series for HBO Max.
Yeah,
and how people don't really like change, but sometimes change can be good for you.
Yeah, so that brings us to our next segment where speaking of change, like, what's your thoughts on AI making art?
AI art. Oh, that's a good one. See, I feel like it has its place, and it will only get more improved as things go, just like a lot of things.
Yeah.
I don't think it'll fully ever take away from human creativity, because as cool as AI generated art is, it's never gonna be able to get that human spirit, that human touch that a lot of art from humans can create.
Yeah, I agree. Like, I like that it's cool to play around with it and just, like for me, I've randomly just typed in like Alice Cooper in Wonderland and stuff like that. There's some cool stuff, kind of freaky, but it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
And
speaking of which, have you ever heard of those Facebook groups? They're really silly, like same photo of Jim Carrey.
Yeah.
So, in speaking of AI generated art, I have a bit of a crazy mind. So I was thinking to myself, the most polar opposite things and putting them together.
Yeah.
So my experience with AI generated art started with me typing in rainbow unicorn.
Yeah.
Princess Jim Carrey.
Oh, no.
And this is what it came up with.
Oh, I think you actually showed me that.
Yeah. So, to describe it, it is basically Jim Carrey with his classic iconic smile with rainbow pink and purple unicorn ears with slight pink horns coming out, and then it's like some purple sky background. It is amazing.
It is so brilliant.
That's what I mean by AI generated art will always have its place, but
Yeah.
it'll never replace the full creativity of humans.
Yeah. Now, so what do you think of, like people using that instead of actual artists? So there's a bit of a debate on Twitter in parts that I've heard of from the grapevine, where people are not liking people who use AI generated stuff, and they feel like that they're going to take over actual artists doing commissions.
Yeah, so that's a part of the transitioning.
Yeah.
That's happening in all industries. You know, they're creating McDonald's now with fully robotic service.
Yeah.
Which sounds cool, but in reality, all it's doing is making the big giant corporations more money, and losing money for the employees that would regularly be employed there. So if they're losing their jobs, then what other jobs will be lost with the rise of AI and machines? And
Well, I don't think artists will completely lose. Like, so AI is learning from artists, but I don't think AI will ever be strong enough to completely 100% do everything and do like small changes and all of that.
I agree.
And so yeah, I don't know. I think it's fun. I think it would be cool to just have. I mean, the only thing we can see is in the future, right? Like,
let's see. AI is an algorithmic thing. It's how it works. It has to have the knowledge base to be able to do what it does. So if you're going to type your name into AI upscaling, like I didn't use my brand name or anything. I just typed my name in.
Yeah.
And you can think of how many people have the same name as me, right? And the same name as you.
Of course.
And it didn't know. So the faces that created in its AI art are blurry. They're inconsistent because it's going by the knowledge it has on the algorithm.
Yeah, exactly.
And it doesn't know which one of me it's trying to create there. So it puts a bit of every one of us in there.
Yeah.
And it doesn't know. Whereas when I did the Jim Carrey one, well, his brand and his image is so well known that it knows what to base it on. So it really, if you commission someone who can see you and know what you want, they're more likely to do a better job. So I don't think it'll forever take away the money of the artists that need that income, but it will sort of put a bit of a dent in creativity.
Yeah. I think so too. I mean, it's there's always going to be things that will be tarnished, right?
Yeah.
There's always going to be things that will, it all depends on stuff. Like, people are trying to make things easier and cheaper.
And the thing is, people are always going to go towards the cheaper option and the easiest option.
Yeah.
If that's AI typing in a bunch of words and then you get something in 10 minutes, or paying someone $300 and waiting 3 weeks.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, which one are the people going to go for? How many people still write letters and send it in the post?
Not that many.
Compared to people that just email. And even then, how many people email as opposed to Facebook Messenger or WhatsApp or Snapchat, you know?
I mean, it's in the name as well. Instant messaging, like people want it quick. They don't want to waste time. So, but I don't know.
But the post office still exists. I mean, it may not be for posting as many letters these days.
Oh no, not letters, but like that's how I get stuff from the internet. That's how I get stuff from friends.
So it'll come to a point where we adapt. Yeah, I think we adapt to what's coming, and whether we can fully see what that looks like yet, I'm not sure.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I reckon we have to just play it by ear. And hopefully, I don't know, we don't get overrun by the AI overlords, but
there'll be have you seen that movie from last year, The Matrix?
I haven't seen the new. I haven't seen the new one actually.
I seen it like yesterday again, and it's pretty good. Like it doesn't actually destroy the original trilogy. Pretty cool.
Yeah, that's cool.
But it does play on it and sort of almost alt universe.
Yeah.
So it's
I
really
like
cool.
that kind of stuff. There's so many movies because I've been out of the loop of movies for a very long time.
Yeah.
I
didn't know that one was out. I'm pretty sure I've seen it already, but I was like, oh yeah, that's right. That, a few weeks ago, that was like new.
Yeah. But yeah, no. So let's play some tunes real quick, and then we'll be back. And then
We've got a word from our sponsors coming up.
Oh yeah, we have a couple more words from our sponsors. That's something I keep on forgetting to mention. But yeah, no, thank you, people who have sponsored this radio station. So, but yeah, let's all aboard.
All aboard, Crazy Train. Love this one.
Yeah, this is great on IPL Radio.
You're on Up Late with Evan and Nate.
Here on IPL Radio.
Quality content.
Top tier.
Imagine being tied to a chair so tightly your eyes feel like they're gonna come out of there. Igor, I'm tired of this. I've been working for so long to torture everybody for not eating their fruits and veggies. I'm burnt out. I'm tired of this, man.
AppleCore, man, you know, you've been doing this for years, man. You need a little bit of a break every now and then. Take some time for yourself. You know, there's this wonderful island I like to go to. I think you'll love it.
I thought they exposed that island.
No, not that island. This is a different island, one that I think you'll really like. Different kinds of torture. I think you'll really love this one. It's got lots of fruits and veggies.
Sounds intriguing. Sign me up.
Excellent. I will get us there in a jiffy. Oh, and another thing. You won't be able to take that box TV thing with you. You're going to have to go without it.
I have not been without my box since before 2010. You will not take this from me, Igor.
See? I knew they wouldn't let you wear that box on the plane, so I think you're going to really enjoy it. See, you're going to get used to not having the box on, man. You just live life, you know? That's what it's all about, right?
You're really beginning to annoy me, Igor. Give me some space.
Hi, everybody. My name is Richard, and I'm going to be your pilot for today. Our in-house movie is Turning Point. We only have one pit stop in New York City, and then it's all the way to the island for us to have a great vacation. I'm getting away from my kids, Harry and Eddie. This is going to be amazing. I took the job even though I have no flight experience. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the movie.
Igor, flying makes me nervous. Just the last time that I went flying, there was this twit who put his shirt over his head and claimed to be the great Cornholio, whatever that means. I asked him, do you eat your fruits and veggies? And he went on a tangent.
Hey, you just gotta lighten up a bit, AppleCore, man. You just get out there, say hello to someone. I'm sure you'll realize it's just fine.
Okay, we will try it. Your way. Hi, I'm AppleCore. How are you?
That motherfucker back there is not real.
Okay, yeah, maybe don't talk to anyone. Just chill out, you know. Just a nice flight. Just rest, you know. Before you know, when you wake up, we'll be landing.
Igor, as a monster, I don't like this island. There's too much sunshine and good times, things that I am not accustomed to. As an AppleCore monster, I vehemently oppose these horrible conditions. I need something that suits me, A lot more. Where can we go? What can we do? What does one do on a vacation?
You know, you could try something that's a lot more fun. You know, there's a good place here that sells fruits and veggies. Let's go in here. Let's try some of their food. It looks like they sell some good stuff.
Hi guys, I'll be a waiter tonight, and oh my goodness, not you again. Hi AppleCore, how you going?
Tim, good to see you. I haven't seen you since I tortured you for not eating your fruits and veggies. How are you? Are you still eating your fruits and veggies?
Yes, AppleCore, I'm eating all my fruits and veggies. You have nothing to worry about, so just chillax. What are you even doing here? I moved here to get away from you, and well, you're here, so that kind of ruins my day. But anyway, hope you enjoy your stay.
Oh, I'm ruining your day. This makes me happy. Perhaps I'll stay here at this hotel.
Please don't. Oh my goodness, not this shit again.
Hotels are boring. Igor, see what's on the TV. See if they're playing anything on Fox.
Hi, and welcome back to Fox TV. Fox TV is an outdated TV service, and if you're watching this, it likely means you're over 65 and do not know how to use Netflix or YouTube. So, sit back, enjoy this 10-minute unskippable ad, probably about products or service you do not know how to use, so enjoy. Get your phone out now.
Watching free-to-air TV is like torture. I like it. Igor, I do not like it here. I can't do anything I enjoy. I cannot torture people here. They're all just too happy.
You know, you just gotta find something that works for you, AppleCore, man. You get a pet or something. You know, pets are cool. Lots of people like pets. I mean, you're a monster. You get along with pets.
I don't like these cats, Igor. This one's weird. It keeps eating lasagna. This one is also weird. It keeps dancing in a strobe-like fashion. Oh, look at this one. This one is perfect. It is grumpy, just like me. Yeah, bitch.
Warning. The following program is classified PG. NF7 Studios recommends parental supervision while watching.
Kids, it's December 24th. You know what that means?
It's Nathan Fisher, NF7's dad, Robin Fisher's birthday.
No, well, maybe, but it's Christmas Eve, and tomorrow's Christmas. Yay!
Who cares anyway? It's just another corporate holiday. Another reason to spend money on pointless junk that won't even work.
What happened to you, boy? You used to love Christmas, remember?
Nope.
Dad, why does Harry hate Christmas?
Well, son, it's like this. A long time ago, Harry actually loved Christmas until... Now, son, if you tuck yourself in real good and go to sleep, Santa will bring you lots of presents tomorrow.
Okay, Dad.
Little did we realise, young Harry actually got out of bed and saw something that horrified him so much he decided to hate Christmas from then onwards.
Harry, do you remember what it was that scared you?
Doubt it, but I guess I can try and remember what happened. It might help, I guess. I couldn't sleep because I was so excited for Christmas. Then I heard Mama yell something.
Dinner's ready!
I remember walking in the hallway and opening the door and seeing Mama. She was with you, Dad.
Huh, what were we doing, son?
You were, can't remember. Damn it. Let me think. Oh yeah, you were simply baking cookies for me and Eddie. But then something happened that made Mama leave.
I understand, but please don't leave us. It's dangerous over there in them countries. What about the boys? If something was to happen to you, how will I raise them myself?
You'll be fine, Richard. The boys are blessed to have you as their dad, even if you do create wacky inventions and failed time machines.
Yeah, but I'm gonna miss you. Please come back to us soon. But she never did, and I miss her to this day.
Ha! So that's why Mama left. She went to go help those who needed it the most, and I've hated Christmas all these years. She was just giving others the most special gift of all, a Mama's love.
Yes, son, we all miss her, but let's just be glad we still have each other. Now will you please enjoy Christmas with us this year?
I guess I can try.
That wasn't a good special. What was the point of this episode?
The point is, Eddie, to appreciate those you have around you. The presence of a loved one is more precious than any material gift could ever be. Enjoy those blessings and have a happy new year, everyone. God bless.
Ho, 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 ho!
So best friends got each other's back. We used to cruise around with a bass to the max. Everyone in school while I was in the lab, cooking up some beats that would turn into tracks. High school chilling, I was on a mission. I had bigger dreams of being a musician. Teachers always talked but I couldn't seem to listen. I lived in a fantasy land, they called it fiction. But I was gonna be big one day, playing shows on the road to a sold out stage. Nobody really cared or believed I would make it anywhere close, I would fail and fade. But that's cool, I love that, cause any little doubt gives me energy back. And now, I'm in a place where I'm glad I never gave up on the dreams I had. And big dreams lead to big things, and big swings lead to big rings. Championships or the big screen, anyone who did anything took a big swing. And big dreams lead to big things, and big swings lead to big rings. Championships or the big screen, anyone who did anything took a big swing. Let's go. So if you want something big, you gotta swing fast, swing hard and commit. You might miss 10 times, but when you win, just make sure that you get all of it, okay? People at the top took risks, investing and testing is all